All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 10 Nova, 61, Matchbox White. Let's see what you got. Kill. Look at me. Go. Shoot.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Let's go.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Ballage. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
It's caught. Shepard. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And it's 3rd down.
Set 50, plant. Hey, I-7.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check.
Hey, outside, solid.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Second down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Here we go. 81.
Hey, Bus. 52. Hey, wahoo!
Wynn's going to try and throw on third. It's complete to Grant. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Go. 180. Tyson.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
Second and 10 at the 26.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They will run with Grant. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. Only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Jones to throw from his end zone. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. They run it with Balaj. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Going deep for Walker. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And Wilson has it. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Shotgun now for Wentz. This one complete into the hands of Darius Fountain. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Wentz. Taken in by Switzer on the left side. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic. Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives. And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Balaj. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Adrian Phillips. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. Then he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Giants.
Ready, set.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll run here with Balaj. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Break. 6-6. Pull it high. Watch twist. Watch 5.
Now Jones. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. B.J. Goodson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards. And that also leads to 4th down. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
We play to win. Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. Throwing now is Wentz. Open man is Switzer, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 12, Jones is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Flush to his right. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it.
This is intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Sunday.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Play action. Now Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Grade 57, 61, matchbox light.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jones now. A final shot before break. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That second down play nets a -4.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And some room to work. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
On 2nd and goal. Jones, and he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. 4 yards on the touchdown grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Rosas good with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Grant. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go back to Grant. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. This is Grant. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Ringo. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Let's go. 74. 52.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the Giants first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
64, weak. Hey, Delta. Check 26, check 26.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Giants.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the delay, it's Balaj. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready. 10 Lobo.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On the toss, here's Balaj. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And now here's Switzer, the target, and he's got it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go. 15 line. 15 line. Hey, exit. Ready.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Michael Gallup, 29 yards. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
82.
From the 44, Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And an alley to run. 20. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking?
And the ball is knocked out. And who's got it? The Giants.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll start with a give here to Balazs. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
Here we go. 120. Here we go. Alert 3. Hey, empty. 35.
Wentz now on first down. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Wentz now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. To throw is Wentz. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Lorenzo Carter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown.
Man 5-7. 52. Block 52.
Wentz going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. Well, that's one part of the equation. Puts them back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts. But without that 3rd one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
3, 5.
Again, it's Balaj. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, Foxtrot.
2nd and long. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. It's complete to Parker, left side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Looking to throw. Jones toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. 2nd down and goal. Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do...
And Wentz will not be able to get rid of it. He's taken down for a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field, but guess what? This one's now just about over.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. He's got a man, complete. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Giants, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile,